You are currently on topic 4 of our module. You're really moving along.
Paid Facebook groups and email lists. Um, these are groups that or lists that provide for you a daily dose of deals that you can buy online. Some do buy online and in store. Some are only in store. There's a new group that just popped up for TJ Maxx, I think, and Marshalls. But a lot of these groups are targeted to people who want to buy online deals, and they cater to that market because there's some people who live internationally and they want to sell in the U.S., so they have to shop online. And these groups have popped up and they fill that need. So some are Facebook group based, and they just provide a private Facebook group where they share their deals, and some have a community feel where they other people share deals that are members of the group as well, not just the leaders of the group. And some are email lists, and so, they email out a list of products every day. You go through the list, see what's interesting to buy. You can also use the rabbit trails from those lists. You see a product on there, you may not want that product, but it might be the impetus that you need to go to check that site out and see what else do they have on sale that I might want to check out. Because trust me, when there's a list that's put out, they can't search everything on every site. So they may put a deal or two from a site, but they didn't go through every single deal on every single site that's on that list. So, and then there's one of our lists that we just put out last week, actually, Essential Daily Deals, is a combination of those two. We put out an email list of 10 to 15 deals a day, and we also have a Facebook group where we add additional content, additional deals, additional tips and resources that people can use. So there are tons of these resource lists out there. And talk a little bit about the pros and cons, Chris. What do you, from your perspective, what do you see as the pros and cons of these groups?
Well, there's a lot of pros and cons, and I think it's just better to think of it as, are you making more money than they cost? 'Cause if they cost money, they're paid. It's probably a monthly subscription fee, and you're going to get information. Now, does that information make you more? Is it $50 a month for a list of products, and you're making more than 50? Then go for it. I think people need to be aware of the cons of being how the information is shared. Do you know how many people it's going to? Is there a limit on the number of people in the group? Those things can come into play in the dynamics on the product, whether a product gets bought out very quickly because you're not able to get the information fast enough, because maybe a Facebook group isn't how you can get your information. Maybe you still have a full-time job and you check Facebook at lunch and after school or after work, whatever it might be. So just be aware of how all this is going to work, and if it makes sense for you. Like I said earlier, this isn't like you're getting sold on something. It either makes sense or it doesn't. A product is either profitable or it's not. A list either generates you profit or it doesn't. So try them out. Most everyone that I know has a free trial and a money back guarantee. I don't know anybody, and I wouldn't dare recommend anybody that doesn't want you to succeed and doesn't want your money if you're not getting the value out of it. So try some of them out. Probably the best value that I would get out of a group is what you put on there as rabbit trails. Finding one product, learning about a new line that just came out that's going to lead me to find other products in that line, items that weren't on that list. Now I know about from the list. So it's kind of like, side, information, a little ancillary, value that you're getting from the list. So it's not always going to be about, hey, I made $50 profit from those items, those buys that I made. But do I feel like I am being a better seller, like I'm learning more, I'm up in my game from being in that list? Then go for it. And a lot of these lists, just like you said about yours, you're not just posting deals, you're posting content, you're posting
Right.
tips, you're answering questions. That's a great place to start trying to find a mastermind group, networking with other sellers. These are sellers who are at least putting some money on the line every month to get better, versus, hey, we've got a very large Facebook group, ourselves. There's a lot of people in there who don't even have an Amazon seller account. They're not active sellers. And some of these are the most active posters, right? They post all the time, but you'd be surprised to find out they actually don't even sell on Amazon. So if people are plunking down $50 a month, they're an Amazon seller. So it may be a more focused, better place to try and network with other sellers than in a lot of these large free groups.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to show you quickly. I'm going to pull it up here. Um, we provide ours as a Google spreadsheet. It allows us, as we get deals during the day, we can all, it's a group of 3 of us, we can all share those deals and see what we're posting. So I'll show you today's list of deals that we put out. And this is what the format will typically look like for a daily deals list. So you can see we've got the store, we've got the ASIN, we've got the product itself. We add this, which I've never seen in any other list. It's kind of unique. It's the Keepa average 90-day rank instead of just the single-day rank. This is the rank that it is today, which is interesting because in the morning, one of these ranks, I think it was this one right here, was like 85,000, but 2 hours later, when I double-checked it, it was down to 59,000. So these are fluid numbers, and that's important to know, and this is why we include the 90-day average, so that's important to know. Category, the store price, any promos or deals that you're going to be able to apply, the lowest Amazon price, net profit, the percentage, the ROI, the return on investment you're going to expect if it sells for that current price, the number of sellers, which is important to know when you're making that decision, obviously the links to the 2 stores or the site that you can buy the product in Amazon so you can double check it. And then we also add the cash back on Ebates and any other sites over here where they might offer cash back as well. And then down here we offer a little quick rank list. So we see the categories that we list, the top 1%, top 0.1%, top 0.5%. So people can quickly see what percentage each of these ranks are when they're analyzing products to sell. So this is an example of the type of deals you can get when you use one of those lists. So
there's going to be more lists, and the lists are going to get better. It's basically a value proposition. If people are able to provide value by giving information to sellers, they're gonna keep popping up. Yep. And the good ones will survive, and the bad ones won't. And that's right. It's great for the market. So they're depending when you're watching this coaching and when you're getting an online arbitrage, there's going to be a lot of different ones out there that don't exist today.
Sure.
But try them out, see if they're worth it. They're going to get better. Just like Gary was saying, he's the only one that adds this on his list, and they're doing this on this list. People are responding to what sellers want, what the members want. This is what I need to make a better decision. Can you add it? Yes, we can add that. And they get better. So don't be afraid to speak up in any list that you're in and say, hey, this is what I need. Can you add this? And the good list, they want to cater to you guys. They want to give you good value.
That's exactly what we do. Some of the changes we've made and added on that site weren't there when we launched it even a week ago, and it's just been, as a result of the Facebook group that we have, the customers are telling us, hey, we'd like to see this, we'd like to see that, or we don't want to see this, and we take it out or put it in as we see fit, based on their suggestions. So yeah, I think you're right. They're going to get better and better based on the added number of these groups and the competition for buyers. But I've never honestly belonged to a list where I had to pay for it that I didn't make money every month off of it. If you're accessing it and taking action on it, you're going to make money off the deals. And the rabbit trail list, sometimes I buy way more off of the things I find from the list that I find because of the list, because I went to the store and found other stuff, or because I went and found that product or something similar at a different site. I often spend way more on products like that than I do from the actual list itself.